Good morning, afternoon or evening, ladies, gentlemen and variations thereupon. Welcome to Nagase Reiko's Gran Turismo 7 channel, where I'll be showing you the exploits of a casual non-top split player in some of the rather interesting lobby races. Without further ado, let's get started. So this was a great race. From the back, Dragon Trail, Group 3 in the trusty Beetle, and as you see, right at the start, Coops is shoved straight off into the wall. Not sure exactly how that happened, but it looks like another crash going on. No, not quite. I think one car swerves to the left, but we're on the outside, so it's a high possibility that we're going to get pushed. Yep, and there it is, right on cue. The Supra of Burak comes straight into me. I'm not sure that was lag. You see, he's kind of moving all over the place. As we go past the Beetle, it seems to have had an issue somewhere, and we go up the inside, and that's where it just slows down really quickly. Not sure what happened there, as we just hug the inside line and hope for the best, and we seem to have come out of that in not too bad. It's in 9th position now, after starting pretty much at the back. Now we come through the back sweeping section, and it looks like I've taken a little more speed off than I could have done, but at the same time we're catching up to the cars in front, so that's not such a bad situation. And as we're into the corner, we can see the Portuguese driver just completely missed a braking point, goes straight into the wall. I think the Mercedes following in sympathy. We go past both of them. I'm now coming into death chicane, and I'm really apprehensive as to what's going to happen here, so I kind of take it very cautiously, applying the brake a little bit. The Nissan in front of us slides a bit as we go past Steph Borg 1974. Now coming into the hairpin, I'm a little apprehensive as to what's going to happen, but the Nissan seems to be approaching the back of me, but it looks more like the lag that's kind of making it look ominous when we're is. But we've come out the hairpin unscathed, and we end the first lap in 6th position, which isn't too bad at all, and probably exceeds my expectation as to what I thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to be punched off the first couple of corners. But anyway, as we go into the first corner again, I'll take a bit of a tight line because I'm just a bit wary of the cars behind, you know, trying to put it up into, as we see somebody pushed straight off by Bergman, so we have to give him quite a wide berth. Looks a bit unpredictable as to what he's going to do. I'm not sure whether, again, that was a lag or just a lack of awareness or dirty driving. But he seems to have reasonable pace, so maybe that was just a one-off incident. The Corvette accelerating away there as we go through the back sweeping section, and it looks pretty much even. Stevenson maybe closed a little bit on him, but it looks like the race is settling down a bit. We've got the first 3 still in view, so we've still got a bit of a chance if something else happens. Only 2.5 laps to go though, so very short sprint race. But as we come through Death Chicane now, we know it's very common that people die a horrible death at Death Chicane, and I almost take myself out there drifting on the curves, but Bergman takes himself completely out by crashing into the wall, and he's down in 6th position. So up into 4th, into a bit of clear air now as we come round the last hairpin, and the first 3 are fairly close together and battling, so there could still yet to be some interesting developments in the last 2 laps of this race. We have to be aware of McPeak, the Finn driver behind us, and they seem to have followed us through the carnage as well. I think they've been right behind us most of this race, and it looks pretty fast. Not sure what car that is from a distance, but in any case, they seem to have a similar pace, so we need to keep it going, keep it consistent, and not make any silly errors or even minor errors which might make us fall into the clutches of the cars behind, and then that can often lead to more defending and more incidents, and you just lose, you know, loads and loads of time just from one small mistake. I think, as you can see, Coops, I think that was the guy that was pushed off right into the wall on the left right at the beginning of the race. He seems to have made his way up to 6th, so he must have some pretty good pace. And you can see he's done the fastest lap of the race actually, so he may be coming up towards us towards the end, but it looks like we are closing in on the top 3, perhaps because they're battling, although they seem to have spread out a little bit at this point in time, as opposed to the fastest second sector there. as we come through Death Chicane again. Is anyone going to lose it? And Jonathan, yes, he not completely wiped stuff out, but I think he's slowed up quite a lot there. I think he hit the wall and we go past him into a podium position. So we're coming up to the last lap now. I think it's going to be pretty tough to catch up to the top two. They seem to spread out as well now, so it's unlikely that they're going to collide. McPeep, as you can see, that he's also made it past Jonathan into 4th position. Still keeping a watching brief, so he can't afford to relax yet as Coop sets the fastest lap of 36.6, sorry, on the soft tyres presumably. And McPeep, it looks like Mercedes. I think that's the AMG there. I think at the time I was concentrating so much I didn't realise what car it was. But you'll see here the Portuguese driver completely bins it and rage quits. That must be particularly annoying on the last lap. I think he pretty ran over the curb through that fast sweeping right corner and just lost the car, went straight to the side and game over. I've seen that quite all the times, particularly from the fast drivers. I think pretty take a very kind of tight line through there and kind of take risks. And I've won quite a few races actually with against faster drivers and myself, where they just lost it at that section of the course. So we're now up from the back into 2nd position behind Kapitan, the Turkish driver. And it seems like we're catching up to the back of him, but I think we're not going to have time unless he also makes a mistake in his Death Chicane. That's all we can hope for, really. I'm not sure where he started. Perhaps it might have been near the front, but it looks like he's made his way through, and it's actually myself who almost loses it there. And I turned on the traction control for the last section because I know it's very easy to make a mistake, so often people prefer not to use it. I agree that it's best not to use it to get the fastest time, but sometimes when you're in a race it's good to have it as an insurance, especially on TC1, and I've won a few races just from not spinning off. But anyway, that's the end of the race. Pretty satisfied with 2nd position from the back of the grid. See you next time.